Hi guys, my name is Dr. Erkan Akar and I am the founder of USA International Education Consulting. We are a US-based international education consulting company helping international students who wish to continue their education in the United States. We thought about this YouTube channel planning to help more international students. We are planning to reach out more international students from different countries. Application procedures are very complicated to colleges in the United States. So we thought that, we can reach out more students easily. And in this channel, we will cover so many topics. Basically, we're going to focus on higher education, undergraduate and graduate education, master, PhD, and the bachelor degree educations. However, we'll also talk about the high school education because some students would like to come here for high school education. Before just narrowing down my comments and thoughts about application procedures, I would like to list the titles that we will cover in this channel. Of course, if you write your comments and questions down below, we'll modify our videos. And please don't forget to subscribe the channel. So the lists, the titles I have here, the colleges, college types, rankings, best cities and states for international students, tuitions, fees, scholarships, standardized tests, SAT, ACT, GRE, GMAT, MCAT, LSAT, language tests, TOEFL, IELTS, time management, application platforms, the Coalition app, the Common app, choosing the best match school for you, the personalized consulting, assignments and expectations for college students, the visa procedures, etc. We'll cover so many things regarding college education in the United States. Again, it's going to be undergraduate and graduate education, but also we'll talk about high school education. Before starting everything, I would like to give you some basic information about the United States with respect to higher education. The United States is the third largest country and 330 million people living in this country, and it's extremely diverse. A very strong economy, 50 states, beautiful geography, and all types of climate weather. We are in Florida. My favorite is California, by the way. The beautiful, the places, relatively a young country, let's say, for many other countries around the world. So there are universities in this country older than the United States of America, like Harvard University, established in 1636. There are more than 4,500 higher education institutions. There are some countries have more than this number, like China and India. But when it comes to the quality, things change dramatically. Compared to K-12 education, higher education system is well developed. I'll give you some numbers. When different institutions rank overall educational systems, high school students from the United States are not well performing compared to many other countries. However, when it comes to higher education, the top schools, top higher education system is in the United States. Everybody knows the names, the Harvard, Princeton, MIT, Stanford, University of Chicago, University of Pennsylvania. So those are the most famous ones around the world. I can easily say the top 50 universities are well known around the world. So we'll focus on how to get into one of those top schools in this video actually, but you have to wait a couple more minutes. K-12 education system, again, it's not well performing, but higher education system is perfect. There are different reasons actually why there is a dramatic change, from high school to the college education. The quality is very good. Actually, there are several reasons. Maybe you can say the freedom, but I want to focus on the money issue. Okay, schools have money, a lot of money. This is called endowment assets, like budgets. Let's say Harvard University's 2020 endowment asset was around $40 billion. Princeton University was around $26 billion. MIT's endowment asset was around $18 billion. Those schools have a lot of money. Even an average school has $100 million endowment asset. That's very normal. It's very natural. They invest money in education. Okay, that's very natural. On the other hand, the tradition. Schools are very old. I told you, Harvard University established in 1636. It's almost 400 years. There are many schools like that, but the average age of college is around 100 years old. So this brings the tradition. That's the reason why 1.1 million international students come to this country compared to 3.5 million mobile student around the world. I mean, imagine, 1/3 of those students are preferring the United States because of this quality. I would like to start the basics of coming to this country. There are like 4 or 5 fundamental things you need to come to this country for education. The first thing that you need is not the money, actually. First thing is the courage. Yes, it is the courage. Without the courage, you can't do anything. So you may say that, okay, if I have money, the courage comes. No, I'll give you an example. Imagine you have money, millions of dollars, but you don't have courage. Because when you are here, you'll face with the cultural shock, a new educational system. You'll be away from your loved ones. So it's going to be a challenging process. So if you don't have the courage, the money doesn't solve everything. Okay. The second thing, it's not money. The second thing is the vision. So what I mean by saying vision, the goals, good time management, and the passion. This is going to solve many problems. So if you have good plans, the time management, specific goal, it's going to be very clear. And the college is like that. The third thing, it is still not the money, the academic background. I mean, if you have strong academic background, if you are comfortable with English, if you develop your language skills well, if you studied well before coming here, things will be very easy for you, okay? The academic background, success. The fourth thing, yes, money. So you have to purchase the flight ticket, you have to pay for application fees, the living expenses, car insurance, maybe you have to buy a car here. Most probably you'll buying a car here. It's not expensive, by the way. But you better know that the schools have money and they offer very good scholarship opportunities if you apply appropriately, if you prepare a good application package. If you fulfill their expectations, they're gonna give you up to 100% scholarship. Okay. So in this video, I would like to focus on the top schools and their expectations from the applicants. I mean, imagine domestic students from America, the citizens or just the residents, legal residents, they're applying. And imagine the best students from China, best students from India, best students from South Korea, the Germany, the France, and they are all applying to those top schools, the Harvard, Yale, Stanford, Princeton, UCLA, Rice, Notre Dame, Cornell, anything. And their acceptance rates are extremely low, around like 5%, 6%. So the competition is extremely high. What do they expect from the applicants? It's not rocket science. We'll go into details in the following videos, but briefly, they want 3 things, 3 major things. Of course, documentations are a complicated process, the personal essays, the resume, but 3 major things. The first thing they will look at the GPA, grade point average. Let's say you are finishing your high school, or you finished your high school, or you finished your college education and you would like to come for a master or PhD program. So you spent 4 years or 3 years, depends on the country, in your home country, and you have a GPA, right? Grade point average. In high school, you have taken 25, 30 different classes from 25, 30 different teachers. So the grades and the average cannot be a coincidence. Your GPA represents who you are, and that's the most important criteria. Under this title, the GPA, there is a detail, especially for the top schools. They look into the quality of the classes. There are different types of classes, the core classes, elective classes, and believe me, they know the differences between the gym class and math calculus class. So they will look, okay, what kind of class you have taken. Yes, the gym class you can take 1, but let's say you each year, instead of taking challenging classes, you're taking easy classes, okay? So they know the differences. So they do a detailed transcript evaluation. In the United States, we have different types of classes like advanced placement classes, AP Human Geography, AP Calculus, AP Psychology. Those are like college level classes for the high school. It's the same thing in the college applicants, like the master or PhD, let's say, the graduate applicants. So it's the same thing. They do look at the details, what kind of classes you have taken. For the high school, for instance, again, IB classes, AP classes, honors classes, or just the dual enrollment college classes. Those are very important. They would like to see some challenge, okay? So this is the GPA, and under this title, the detailed transcript evaluation. The second thing, the GPA is very important, I said, but they do cross-check with the SAT or ACT or GRE or GMAT or whatever is required. For the undergraduate education, SAT is mostly required, and they look at the scores in math and in the reading part. 1600 is the top score, or ACT. The both tests are accepted, and they would like to see your scores. Okay, for those top schools I mentioned, you have to be in like top 3, top 4%. That means your score should be around 1500 out of 1600 for SAT. You can take the ACT, it's a different scale actually, but I'm giving an example from SAT. On the other hand, let's say a GRE, the scores, the numbers can be manipulated, but the percentile, are you in top 2 percentile, 3 percentile? That's the point. Whatever you're taking, kind of exam, the scores, yes, show something, but the percentile, say 1.8 million students are taking SAT in the United States and you are in top 1 percentile. That's perfect. Okay, that will distinguish you. On the other hand, the TOEFL, IELTS, they require, if your first language is not English in your country, or if it is not official language in your country, they will require TOEFL or IELTS. So it's the same thing. Top schools, I can easily say top 40 universities would like you to submit 100 out of 20, at least 100 out of 120 from TOEFL. For IELTS, 7.5 out of 9. The other schools usually set like 6 out of 9 for IELTS, 78, 76, 80, 85 something for TOEFL. So standardized tests, that's the second criteria. The third criteria, the last one, which is the Blue Report, extracurricular activities. So GPA, school, SAT, school-related, class-related, tests, the academy. But the extracurricular activities, other than the tests, other than the classes, anything works. They would like to see some productivity, okay? So there are so many examples for extracurricular activities, volunteer works, student clubs, music, sport, even just taking care of your siblings, having a YouTube channel, publishing something, writing blogs, having some website, taking photographs, anything counts. There is one important detail. They would like to see some passion or leadership or social impact. I'll give you an example. I do play volleyball on weekends with my friends. It's a good thing. Yeah, you keep yourself busy, but this is not something official, okay? We play for pleasure. We are not attending any tournaments. We are not receiving any medals or anything. So that's an extracurricular activity, but this is for pleasure. So what is an impressive sport activity? I'll tell you. Let's say a guy at the high school or college playing volleyball with the school team and representing the school at regional level or state level or national or international level, really depends, and receiving some medals, and continues for each year, spending maybe 6 months, 7 months, practicing every week with a team, and this continues and with success story. So this will distinguish the student a lot. The music, I play piano, okay? I do respect that. That's a good thing. But how about like concerts? Are you in an orchestra? How about like you play piano and you have a YouTube channel with 1 million subscribers, okay? Or you have a business. You are 18, you are 20, 21, but you have a business. You are selling things online and you're making $20,000 per month, okay? So that makes you someone special, an accomplishment. Or you organize volunteer activities, okay? And the impact, social impact, those activities are incredible. So that's gonna distinguish you a lot for the college application. So they would like to see something impressive, especially for the extracurricular activities. Those top schools, talking about Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Cornell, Brown, Dartmouth, University of Pennsylvania, University of Chicago, Vanderbilt, Rice, Georgetown, Georgia Tech, MIT, believe me, they will distinguish students with the extracurricular activities. Imagine a high school student published 3 research papers. I mean, he was in a research team with a college during her high school education, and they published something scientific, and his name appears on this paper. I mean, 2 or 3 papers. So that's something impressive, okay? Because I told you the best students are applying to those colleges. Everybody's GPA is top GPA. Like 4.0 scale, their GPA is 4.0 anyway. It's 100 point scale, their GPA is 100. Or just 5 point scale, it's 5 in different countries. So they are very good. Standardized test scores, they are top. This is something very common. But when it comes to the extracurricular activities, things change. Really depends on the personality. The top schools, especially the top 40 schools, will definitely do interviews with you after you submit your application package, everything, the reference letters, transcripts, the personal essay, you answer their questions and everything. But they do interviews face to face, usually online, and they would like to know who you are. They're not asking you any math question or chemistry question. They just talk. They ask you about your extracurricular activities. They ask you something ordinary. It's not a test, but they would like to know your personality because they would like to accept the best student, okay? So those are the three major things the top schools in the United States look into application packages, okay? Stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe and please write your comments and questions below and we'll modify our videos. See you next time.